Hello and welcome to the beginning of, almost the beginning of Let's Play Ground Control. So there's a rather beefy manual that goes with the game and gives a lot of background information. So today I'll be reading through that, so get ready for a long one. Ground Control, Field Commander's Handbook. Message from Crayven High Command. You will soon be a commander of a CLSV-601 Command APC. Assigned to active duty on the Crayven Heavy Cruiser CSS Astrid attached to the 34th Assault Regiment, located to the contested colony of Craig-7B. As Field Commander in the 34th Assault Regiment, you will be required to configure your own strike team as appropriate for missions assigned to you. You and your squads will be transported to designated combat zones on the planet's surface in UV/4 dropships, where you will personally lead them into battle to complete your mission objectives. Between active combat duty, you'll be accommodated aboard the CSS Astrid. The acquisition operation on Craig-7B is under a joint corporate military jurisdiction, and your commanding officer on this campaign will be Director Enrica Hayes. All information regarding this operation is to be viewed as strictly confidential. Breach of this confidentiality will lead to summary execution according to Directive Number 9, Paragraph 65. Your aid, you have received the Ground Control Direct Command Interface System, GC-DCIS, and the Field Commander's Handbook. Remember, the Crayven Corporation allows you to be all you can be. So then a brief table of contents. We see mainly the things we're going to be interested in is this background section on the Order of the New Dawn and the Crayven Corporation, which are the two main factions in the game, as well as there might be some information in these sections playing the game in the management information, or management interface and commanding the strike force. And then, there's going to be some information in the tactics and technical manual that we'll be interested in. Unlike, I think unlike Act of War, at least the first Act of War game, we kind of know who and what we're facing already. There's not going to be any twists, so I have no problems going through the technical manual in this case. Introduction. This Field Commander's Handbook will teach you how to interact with the Ground Control Direct Command Interface System, GC-DCIS, available on board your CLSV-601 Command APC. Field Commander's Handbook also contains a refreshment tactics section intended to refresh the very basics of the tactics taught at the Nave Vista Academy of Martial Arts. Configuration of terrain is an aid to the enemy. Analyzing the enemy, taking control of victory, estimating ravines and defiles, the distant and near is the Tao of the superior general. One who knows these and employs them in combat will certainly be victorious. One who does not know these or employ them in combat will certainly be defeated. Sun Tzu. Introduction, installing the game, yada yada, DirectX 7A. Wow, that takes me back. As you can see, only the boldest and strongest of computers will be able to run this game. In any case, background, the Order of the New Dawn. Introduction. The Order of the New Dawn is Earth's largest religious faith, and if its financial strength were rated against the world's corporation, it would be the third largest. The Order counts nearly 700 million faithful among its ranks, and its holdings range from Mars to the Spinward Reaches. The Order's ranks are divided into three great branches of service. The first of these is the Manus Dei, the Hands of God. By far the largest grouping of the faithful. Of the Order's 700 million members, nearly 600 million belong to the Manus Dei. Hands of God are the workforce of the Order, both Earthside and abroad. They come from every technical and labor discipline, and many are recruited directly from the ranks of other corporations. While there are laws regarding the appropriation of skilled workers between corporations, religious conversion is currently unrestricted, and so the Manus Dei is constantly being refreshed with a steady influx of talent. It is not unusual for the Order to actively try to convert corporate personnel involved in high-tech research projects. Here we can see some of the Order infantrymen and vehicles. The second branch of the Order is much smaller than the Manus Dei, but without them no branch of the Order could exist. The Pax Dei, as they are known, the Peace of God, in common tongue, is a standing security force of over 90 million men and women. These soldiers form the colonial armies of the New Dawn and see themselves as the holy defenders of the faith, dedicated to protecting the Order and its interests on Earth and throughout the galaxy. Members of the Pax Dei provide policing and security for the Order's settlements on no fewer than 14 worlds, and they are also called to provide pilots and crew for any and all vessels belonging to the Church. Given their grounding in the faith of the New Dawn, Pax Day troops have a very high morale factor under fire and will often fight to the last soldier unless directly ordered to retreat. Third and final branch of the Order is the Vox Dei, the Voice of God, and functions as the spiritual arm of the Church. Members of the Vox include ministers, astronomers, and inquisitors. The Order only allows men to join the ranks of the Vox Dei, and only after many months of continuous indoctrination. The ministers effectively rule the Order and make all strategic decisions, both economic and military. The sacred astronomers are the priest scientists of the Order, and guide both the exploration of new worlds and research into new technologies. The Inquisition is the Order's internal police force and intelligence division, and their task is to examine threats to the spiritual purity of the Order from without and within. A sub-branch of the Inquisition trains the battle priests. These men accompany most military units to observe behavior in combat and make sure field commanders are issuing orders that are spiritually correct. Vox Dei is the smallest of the three Order branches and numbers slightly over 10 million personnel. History. Little is known of the earliest days of the Order, which was founded in the troubled years before the 16 Minutes War. Although it is believed that the great majority of the Order's pre-war records survived the nuclear exchange on March 27, 2093 intact, they are believed to have been lost in the intervening centuries. Today, we know only that the Order of the New Dawn was founded by a small coalition of men and women of faith who united in common cause during the dark days of the latter 21st century. Foreseeing the coming cataclysm, these early cultists dedicated themselves to preserving as much technology and knowledge as possible in order to bring about a new dawn after the inevitable Holocaust. Many analysts have observed that without the 16 Minutes War, the Order would have been just another apocalyptic cult. But the end of the civilized world did indeed come, and the Proto-Order was ready for it. And even the corporations, no matter what they may think of the Order in the present day, do not deny the debt all of humanity owes them. The greatest prize saved by the Order was the Liber Aurora Novae, the Book of the New Dawn, millions of digitally stored books, recordings, and images which members of the Order chose to save from the coming Holocaust. Of course, critics are quick to point out that this treasure was not saved merely for the benefit of humanity. Since 2177, the works collected in the LAN have been protected under the existing salvage laws of the GCC and are no longer considered to be in the public domain. Many irreplaceable classics of human art and literature are thus copyrighted to the Church in perpetuity, and every reader of Charles Dickens, William Butler Yeats, and Joseph Conrad must pay royalties to the Church. The Ancient Order also preserved the Spiclegium D, God's Gleaning, which consists of over 700,000 cryogenically preserved tissue samples of human, plant, and animal life on Earth. The SD has been replicated many thousands of times since 2157 and is still archived by scholars of the Order on Earth, Europa, Sol 5b, and Proxima 3. It has yet to be surpassed as a reference library of uncorrupted genetic material from before the Age of Chaos. Historians estimate that the Order's underground shelters were opened in the year 2097, just 48 months after the destruction of the Old World. Although radiation levels were still dangerous, the brothers and sisters of the Order quickly realized that the world above them had not been completely destroyed, and that there were many survivors in need of help. Although their shelters were not set to open for another 15 years, the Order opened its doors and returned to the surface early, hoping to make a difference to the billions of refugees and convert them to the cause in the process. During the last 6 months of a bitter nuclear winter, the Church set up way stations around the globe to provide shelter to the homeless and share its remaining supplies with those in need. Throughout the Age of Chaos, the Order of the New Dawn built and fortified over 130 sanctuaries worldwide. These facilities served many functions in that dangerous age: to minister to the sick and starving, to provide shelter to the weary and destitute, to educate the young, and to spread the teachings of the New Dawn Bible. The most important function of the sanctuaries, however, was to keep the peace. It was during these years that the Armed Forces branch of the Church, the Pax Dei, was established. During this time, the Vox Dei and the Manus Dei helped to reclaim thousands of hectares of farmland and began carefully supervised breeding programs to recreate many species of livestock. By luck, faith, or just cold, shrewd sense, the Order came out of the Second Dark Age as the preeminent political and spiritual power on Earth. Unfortunately for the long-term plans of the Order, although the 16 Minutes War killed hundreds of millions, destroyed dozens of great cities, and brought the human race very nearly to its knees, the long twilight of chaos was not enough to kill many major corporations. By the year 2157, several of these mighty juggernauts had risen from the ashes and were once again uniting vast sections of the Earth under the terms of peace and profit. When the new Global Central Command was established, the Order of the New Dawn considered it more of a free trade organization than an actual powerful ruling body. This changed when the GCC passed the Religious Constraint Agreement, a powerful legal bloc against the Order's influence in economic matters, and one that was backed with the armed force of corporate security divisions. Despite their dedication to peace, the Order did not surrender its power easily, and open warfare once more scarred the Earth's surface as the Pax Day battled corporate troops for control of various power centers. The Order and the corporations battled off and on for 17 years until a unilateral ceasefire was signed in 2177, when the World Court announced that the Order would be allowed to incorporate its holdings. While its power was greatly diminished and the Order now found itself constrained by most of the same laws that bound the corporations, the Order was still powerful and retained many of the lands and cities it had reclaimed during the Dark Years. Since then, the Order of the New Dawn has been a respected member of the Terran Commodities Exchange and a powerful corporation in its own right, holding many valuable copyrights and patents. Over the past 2.5 centuries, the Order has pursued its interests peacefully whenever possible, but the lesson of 2157 has never been forgotten, and the Church defends its interests with force when necessary. Pax Day technology and tactical doctrines. The Order of the New Dawn has possessed a technological advantage over the corporation since the end of the Dark Years, and while that lead has been diminished over the centuries, the Pax Day still holds the high-tech edge over its opponents. While most corporate forces are restricted to high-efficiency pore cannons and mass drivers for heavy weapons, the Order has used its mastery of high-energy physics to produce various beam weapons and lightning generators. These energy weapons pack a much heavier punch than their projectile counterparts and are, of course, free of logistical constraints like ammunition. The Order's energy manipulation technology is also displayed in their use of anti-grav generators as the propulsion for their heavy armor units. This generation of Hoverdynes being currently used by the Pax Day in the field are the first of their kind to see combat. Hoverdyne is much faster and more maneuverable than an analogous Pterodyne, but it cannot currently pack as much armor. Later generations of Hoverdynes may have more powerful grav generators and hence heavier armor, but for the time being, Pax Day armored units will depend on speed and heavy firepower to resolve battles as fast as possible. While on the defensive, the Order will use the speed of its armor to make a series of guerrilla raids against enemy supply and command centers until the enemy advance is slowed and the Order can regain the initiative. Despite their dependence on high technology, the backbone of the Pax Day is still the powered infantrymen. Known as Crusaders, Order infantry takes the brunt of any assault or defense mission. When combined with the Order's heavy artillery units, Crusaders can overwhelm almost any defense, and many a corporate position has gone down under the human wave attacks of the Pax Day. While these tactics cost heavily in terms of manpower, the Order training seminaries produce Crusaders at the rate of over 1 million every solar year. Between advanced weaponry and sheer manpower, the Pax Day can continue a campaign long after it becomes too expensive for even the richest corporation. Intercepted Personnel File. Name, Brother Jared Stone. Branch, Pax Day. Rank, Deacon. Age, 29. Height, 5'11". Weight, 170 pounds. Date of birth, 142-2390. Place of birth, Rosario Sanctuary, Buenos Aires District. Education, Light of the Pampas Children's Collective, Rosario Sanctuary, XXX through 2394. Osculum Day Middle Seminary, 230-2404. Called to the Pax Day, 015-2410. Basic Training, Dawnforged Combat Seminary, Priscilla Sanctuary. Advanced Training, Sword of Dawn Testing Grounds, Mons Olympus Sanctuary. Assignment, Pax Day Crusader Corps, 333-2414. Battle of Guderian Prime, 127-2415. Wounded, received the Heart of Zion. Awards, the Order of Venus for courage in the field of combat. Fleet action, Battle of King's Cross, 256-2416. Wounded, received the Heart of Zion. Awards, the Star of Dawn for heroism in the field of combat. Promoted to Deacon, 022-2417. Current assignment, Defense of Craig-7B. Jared Stone was born behind the walls of the Rosario Sanctuary in an Order hospital which had opened its doors to the poor and was adopted by the Order of the New Dawn. He was given the name Jared Stone after the doctor and nurse who delivered him and taken to the Light of the Pampas Children's Collective, where the Sisters of the Monastery cared for him until his 14th birthday. At this point, vocational testing revealed he would best serve the Order in the ranks of the Pax Day as a soldier, and so he was sent on to the Forge of Dawn Combat Seminary. His first combat trainer, the Paladin Valerius, was so impressed with Brother Stone's aptitude for war that he made only one comment on the young man's chart. Jared Stone will make a perfect soldier. His body is strong and his faith stronger. His one weakness may be that he has no weakness. Even when faced with the impossible, he shows no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. In his first year of active duty, Stone served on the line in no less than 6 armed conflicts, including the Battle of Guderian Prime. There, Stone led 2 squads of Crusaders over the walls of a Benton-Yutan mining fortress and destroyed the automated turrets which held the rest of his company pinned against the bluffs. The lives of over 100 of his fellow Crusaders were thus saved, and although Brother Stone was badly injured, he was still able to negotiate a peaceful surrender of the fortress without further bloodshed, once he realized that his commanding officer had been killed in the fighting. Brother Stone's initiative and valor earned him a short rest at the Nova Roma Sanctuary, where he received treatment for the injuries he suffered on Guderian Prime. As soon as he was able, he rejoined his company in a fleet action at King's Cross, where the Armada of Dawn captured 2 heavy cruisers belonging to Daisheng Heavy Industries. Brother Stone distinguished himself once more in the boarding action against DSS Seoul's Champion, when he broke through an enemy barricade and rescued several brothers of the Vox Day. The brothers, who had been captured by Daisheng when their temple on King's Cross 3 was destroyed, were being held on board the Lafayette for ransom. As a reward for his extreme heroism, Jared Stone was promoted to the rank of deacon and given command of his own company. So, I don't know, mixed feelings about the New Dawn. They've done a lot of good, but they also sound, like a crazy religious cult, so. But then again, I guess the other survivors of the apocalypse are corporations, so, not really any better. Background, Crayven Corporation. Introduction. Crayven Corporation is currently the largest incorporated body listed by the Terran Commodities Exchange. The organization employs over 900 million men, women, and children on Earth and abroad, and produces a range of products as well as developing vast off-world petrochemical and biological assets. Crayven Corporation holdings span the known galaxy from Earth to the furthest reaches of human-explored space. Although the output of Crayven factories, farms, and mining facilities offer a wide range of production, they are perhaps best known for their terraforming projects. Crayven technologies have been crucial in the terraforming of a variety of marginal worlds, including the 8 colonies that Crayven has established under its sole ownership. History: Crayven Corporation began its life in the year 2162 as a small construction company. Its original name was Crayven Construction, and it was based on the Australian continent, jointly owned by the partnership of Crayven, Schindler, and Beck. The founder of the company, Reynold Crayven, was a talented businessman and gifted architect. He formed the triune partnership with Schindler and Beck to take advantage of their greater capital and political resources. Services that Crayven Construction provided were very much in demand by various Australian business concerns during the Heresy War, and Crayven backstabbed and hamstrung the competition mercifully in search of the most lucrative and influential contracts. His company prospered and expanded, and the year before the armistice of 2177 was signed, Reynold Crayven bought out his partners in a bitter takeover struggle. Amidst rumors of kidnapping and blackmail, Reynold consolidated his new company, the Crayven Corporation, and applied for membership in the GCC in 2178. The Crayven Corporation grew throughout the Reconstruction era. Many of the structures that Reynold Crayven built during 2178 through 2202 are still celebrated as wonders of post-war architecture. The Kenji Arcology on Okinawa, the Sunrise Cathedral of Monterey, and the Domed Gardens of Mars are only a few of the many buildings still standing, which bear the stamp of Reynold Crayven's personal genius. Most of the profits from these rebuilding projects was funneled into Cray Arms, the wholly owned weapons and ammunition subsidiary of the Crayven Corporation. Reynold Crayven was more than just a builder and an artist, however, he was also a visionary. It was his dream not just to indulge his talent for architecture on Earth, but to shape whole new worlds for the future. The discovery of FTL Drive in 2207 interested him greatly, and for many years he obsessively battled other members of the GCC for their technological secrets. If his earlier business tactics might be regarded as unscrupulous, the Reynold Crayven of this period could be called downright Machiavellian, but as always, he could never be formally charged with any misconduct, since witnesses or claimants against him had a tendency to die before they could testify against him. In the year 2231, when he was diagnosed with a rare and terminal form of bone cancer, many of his enemies rejoiced and began counting his days. But Reyno Crayven was not finished. He was already heavily invested in anti-grav and jump drive technologies. Given the limited time he had left among the living, he decided to risk everything that he had gained from a lifetime of hard work and sound investment to realize his greater dream. His impending death, rather than inspiring cautious consolidation or the need to make amends, made him even more bold in his ambitions. He felt that he had nothing left to lose. Unfortunately, Crayven's descendants did not agree. While Reyno Crayven liquidated billions of dollars of corporate assets as well as the totality of his personal wealth to form a new subsidiary known as Crayven Enterprises, his immediate heirs, the children of his half-sister Muriel Crayven, protested this endangerment of their long-awaited inheritance. Reyno Crayven responded to their gambit for control of the family company by ruthlessly crushing their attempts to have him declared mentally incompetent and writing them out of his will completely. His eldest nephew, Julian Crayven, was ousted as chairman of the board of the Crayven Corporation after his uncle moved to deprive him of his controlling share of the company's stock. Whether Julian Crayven intended to put up more of a fight against Uncle Reno is unknown. The younger man died in a plane crash within 2 weeks of the signing of the new will, and thereafter his siblings decided that discretion was the better part of valor. They did not interfere with the elder Crayven's plans any further, and the old man went ahead with his new initiative unopposed. Crayven personally took the helm of the new division, Crayven Enterprises, and laid out a bold plan for building a large-scale terraforming project on Mars. The result was the Domed Gardens, an indoor paradise containing over 50 square miles of ancient Earth-style forest. Filled with sparkling waterfalls and lakes, a self-sustaining weather system, and over 5 million species of plant and animal life, this man-made Eden became the jewel in the Crayven corporate crown, as well as providing a test of Reyno Crayven's terraforming theories on an unprecedented scale. With the passing of the 6-month milestone for viability of the gardens, plans moved forward for the colonization of the planet known as Vesta 3, better known to us today as the jewel world Ne Vesta. Because Reyno Crayven's own body was too frail to survive the rigors of FTL travel, he was never able to see his dream being realized by the planetary engineers, construction crews, and science teams of Crayven Enterprises. Crayven died on Mars in 2237 in a small pavilion in the center of his domed gardens. A modest granite obelisk stands in the same spot today and bears a simple panel of stainless steel with his name, date of birth, and date of death inscribed on it. It was the only monument stipulated in his will. For nearly 200 years since the landing of the first terraforming cruise on Ne Vesta, the Crayven Corporation has pursued its goal to be the first and foremost among the stars. They have established 17 colonies on 14 separate worlds, as well as countless water and ore mining facilities on asteroids and nearby moons. Crayven expertise in both terraforming and genetic engineering has made their consulting services the most valuable investment that any would-be colony can make in its own future. This is why the Crayven Corporation's motto hasn't changed for 182 years. We bring new worlds to life. Crayven Security Forces. The Crayven military grew from a small self-defense force in the era following the 16 Minutes War to a fully fledged military unit during the Heresy Wars. Crayven technology has always placed reliability at the forefront. While other corporations can field equipment with higher performance characteristics, Crayven vehicles and battle suits are unmatched in their strength and durability under fire. So this almost looks like some sort of Crayven cruiser perhaps. And here we can see Crayven combat forces in the field. The Crayven Corporation fields a very balanced military force centered around their next-generation main battle Pterodyne. Heavy infantry is usually deployed to screen the Pterodyne units from enemy anti-armor and artillery attacks. While Crayven commanders tend to save air assets for breakthroughs in assaulting heavily fortified bases, an Aerodyne interceptor wing is almost always attached to a ground division to act as combat air patrol for any operation. Crayven Corporation favors slow, methodical offensives, and this is reflected in their unit designs. Overall, the Crayven vehicles have much stronger armor in their front panels compared to the rear. The Crayven military model is better safe than sorry, which is apparent in their Pterodyne designs. Once enemy territory has been penetrated, the Crayven division on point will dig in to secure the objective while a fresh unit moves up to take their place on the spearhead. This means most Crayven unit commanders will see themselves in a series of short-term tactical engagements over specific objectives instead of long strategic advances. When deploying offensively, Crayven dropships will often try and get as close to their objective as possible before landing and dropping off their troops. Some Crayven commanders prefer using dropships in waves so that units from one drop will clear an objective in order for reinforcements to arrive from another dropship. This leapfrog method of deployment has become a Crayven security hallmark, and it keeps enemy commanders from correctly assessing the true objective or Crayven force levels. Personnel: Major Sarah Parker Spile. Age 35, height 5'8", weight 155 pounds. Date of birth 045-2384. Place of birth Chicago District, Crayven Holdings. Education: Training Crochet 1275DZ, Chicago District, Crayven Holding. Enlisted Crayven Security Division 045-2401. Basic training: Crayven Security Base Alpha, Panama District, Crayven Holdings. Advanced training: Crayven Security Academy, Gamma Dome, Pluto. Assignment: Crayven Security Powered Infantry Corps. Awards: Bravery Bonus 231-2404, Acquisition Op Wolf 328-2A. Bravery Bonus 011-2405, Counterinsurgency Op Wolf 328-2A. Conspicuous Gallantry Bonus 351-2408, Acquisition Op Gamma Hydra 4. Wounded Bonus 355-2408, Acquisition Op Gamma Hydra 4. Fines: none. Assignment: Cross Training, Crayven Security Commando Corps 002-2409. Awards: Bravery Bonus 304-2410, Security Sweep Op Bernard Star 2. Wounded Bonus 304-2410, Security Sweep Op Bernard Star 2. Extreme Heroism Bonus 115-2412, Acquisition Defense Op Sigma Draconis 4-G. Wounded Bonus 115-2412, Acquisition Defense Op Sigma Draconis 4-G. Termination Achievement Bonus 115-2412, Acquisition Defense Op Sigma Draconis 4-G. Fines: Refusal Penalty 323-2412, Security Sweep Op Wolf 328-2A. Assignment: Transfer Request, Crayven Security Ground Control 089-2413. Awards: none. Fines: Refusal Penalty 156-2414, Counterinsurgency Op Beta Aerodyne 2. Dereliction Penalty 200-2414, Counterinsurgency Op Beta Aerodyne 2. Refusal Penalty 045-2416, Acquisition Defense Op Wolf 328-6D. Refusal Penalty 306-2418, Acquisition Op Epsilon Aerodyne 3. Current assignment: Acquisition Op Craig-7B, status probationary. Analysis: Major Parker had all the signs of becoming a superlative soldier. She applied for a position in the Crayven Security the exact moment she reached the age of consent at 14. After an exemplary training period, marred only by one or two incidences of excessive force during combat exercises, she entered the Powered Infantry Corps. During an acquisition operation against an illegal Terratech claim on Wolf 328-2A, Parker, then a corporal, single-handedly rallied her platoon that had come under heavy fire from Terratech artillery. Personally destroying 3 artillery pieces earned her a bravery bonus, the first of many. Sarah Parker quickly rose through the ranks while continuing to receive bonus after bonus for her conduct on the battlefield. She was asked to take training as a commando and accepted the transfer in 2409. She achieved the rank of major by the age of 28 and seemed she was bound for the fast track until the Battle of Hanson's Rift in 2412. Major Parker's commando unit was stationed at Firebase Zulu on the main continent of Sigma Draconis when it was attacked by the Order of the New Dawn, who had declared the planet sacred ground and filed jihad against any corporate holding which did not immediately evacuate. Firebase was cut off and subjected to wave after wave of attack. When relief finally arrived, they found no Crayven survivors except for a badly wounded Major Parker, whose bunker was surrounded by over 800 Crusader bodies. Major Parker underwent extensive psychiatric treatment. When she returned to combat duty, her CEO noted that despite the rewards given for her combat valor, she seemed strangely ungrateful, and the quality of her performance became a problem. Things came to a head during a boarding action when she refused a direct order to void the atmosphere of an enemy dropship. After suffering a fine for her misconduct, Major Parker requested transfer back to Standard Ground Control, where she has remained to this day. Her combat skills are still exemplary, but time and again she has refused to carry out special commands given her regarding official termination of enemy assets. She has been in front of a performance review board twice in the past 6 years, but each time her amazing record, up to including the action on Sigma Draconis, has won her a stay against dismissal. At this point, Major Parker can no longer be considered a promising officer, and she receives only low-priority combat assignments where her usefulness on the battlefield will not be compromised by her problems with corporate authority. So it sounds like she's got some severe PTSD from being stuck in that fire base, where I imagine she was left out to dry for a long time. No, this is a quick start, so this is just giving a basic overview. So Dyne is basically like the game's word for vehicle. So like Aerodyne is a plane, a Pterodyne is a ground unit. I assume they would have like a Hydrodyne if naval units were a thing. Game starts with boot camp. There's 4 unit classes. This is not I wouldn't say like war game necessarily, but it's definitely not a like a strategic level game. It's definitely a very tactical strategy level game. And your units are divided into 4 classes: infantry, assault, support, and aerodyne. So infantry is pretty self-explanatory. Assault is basically your frontline combat vehicles, and support are going to be your support vehicles. Now, one cool thing is that every squad in this game has their own unique name. I imagine they draw from a list, but it is also cool in that like you can convert, basically rank up units. So it gives you a lot of variety, and you'll see this once we get in. Dropships. Your strike force is brought down to the battlefield in large AV/U4 behemoth dropships. Each dropship is capable of transporting 4 squads complete with equipment down to the battlefield. A ground-controlled direct command interface system is an advanced piece of software developed solely for the purpose of commanding military elements in combat situations. As a beginning Crayven field commander, it's highly recommended that you read through these directives to get familiar with the ground control interface. So, and we are actually on the field from our command APC that the game has mentioned. This is just telling you how to start a game. So you'll basically get a briefing, you'll get the opportunity to configure your strike force, and then you can jump in. So this is basically what this is all explaining. Before you go into a mission, you have the option to configure the strike force you'll be using. Once committed to a strike force, it is not possible to change it during the mission. Changing your strike team is optional. If you don't want to worry about the strike team and the one, the artificial intelligence advisor will do it for you. So this is kind of getting into the screen. So here you can see better what I mean, where each squad has their own like squad name, which I think is really cool. You can set their posture, balance, defensive, offensive, recon, which adjusts their stats slightly. You get 4 units to a dropship and up to 3 dropships depending on the mission. Then there's debriefing, command environment, which the boot camp, I think I will just go through the boot camp because I did just play one mission just to stick around a little bit, and it does control differently from your standard RTS type game. So I need a little more time to get used to that before I start making bad mistakes on the field. But we typically start with our first dropship landing our first troops, and then we can call down additional as necessary, so we don't have to deploy all at once. Options. Multiplayer, which does sound interesting, but they don't. So I don't know if it explains up here, but your units, as they are in combat, they do gain experience, and they can be awarded medals for bravery or killing a bunch of people or something, which I would think the medals would further enhance their performance. And then obviously if they die, you get untrained replacements. And unfortunately that's all missing from multiplayer, but then again, I would imagine multiplayer doesn't have a campaign structure that makes that, more reasonable. Otherwise, anyone who's been playing for any amount of time will just have super experienced units, while, newcomers are going to be at a disadvantage with raw recruits. So let's see, anything else of importance, more multiplayer stuff. Here we go. So, okay. Ground control tactics. Knowing your battlefield terrain. Only a foolish field commander would send his strike team into a combat zone without surveying the surrounding battlefield. Knowing how terrain affects your units is a cornerstone on the road to victory. Elevated positions. Having your squads attack from elevated positions is very advantageous. Their accuracy will increase when firing at targets below themselves. Also note that squads on high ground will usually be blessed with an unobstructed view. Likewise, it is important to deny the enemy high ground. You can use your artillery to clear enemy captured hills. Slopes and impassable terrain. Infantry have much better movement capabilities than Pterodynes and Hoverdynes. Most hills and mountains can be climbed by infantry, while only some Pterodynes and Hoverdynes can move on steep terrain. Use this knowledge to position your infantry on high ground where they cannot be easily reached by enemy vehicles. Line of sight. To detect enemy units, they must be within your own unit's view range, and unless your units are equipped with radar, they must also have an unobstructed line of sight to the enemy. Hills and other terrain features block the line of sight. Smaller targets, such as infantry, can easily hide in small furrows, while large Pterodynes require larger depressions in the ground to stay hidden. Scout vehicles and other light units have better view range compared to the heavier vehicles. Therefore, it is useful to make sure reconnaissance squads support your heavier units. You can bring up a unit's view range by holding the mouse cursor over the unit and press the R key. The blue circle indicates the unit's view range, and the red circle indicates the weapon's maximum range. Note that the enemy can always detect your unit's presence as they fire their weapons, as weapons firings are detectable from orbit. Stealth perception. Certain units, such as the Crayven Jaeger Special Forces, have excellent stealth rating, allowing them to sneak up almost up to the enemy. Perception rating indicated how good a unit is to spot a stealthy unit. For more information about unit type, stealth, and perception rating, see the technical manual in Section 9. A stealthy unit can move within an enemy's view range without being detected. Suppressive fire. Units under attack will slow down and receive an accuracy penalty as it becomes suppressed. Vehicles will button up and infantry will keep their heads down. Light units can even suppress heavy units. Use this knowledge wisely and try to suppress an enemy unit if you need to slow down their progress. Even if your units don't inflict any major damage, it might give you enough time to regroup. Soldiers of the Pax Day are notorious for their coolness under fire due to their fanatical faith and do not suffer as heavily from suppressive fire as Crayven soldiers. Flanking maneuvers. Pterodynes and Hoverdynes have thicker armor in the front than in the rear. It is important to use this wisely. Controlled attack from the flanks or the rear will hurt the enemy a lot more than an all-out frontal assault. It is equally important to deny the enemy the opportunity to attack your units from the rear, or else they will quickly slaughter your units. When attacking your enemy, have fast units ready to circle around the enemy and attack them from the rear. Friendly fire. It is an imperative to avoid friendly fire. Units within a squad will automatically avoid firing at each other. Avoid grouping several squads in tight locations, or your units will become casualties of friendly fire, especially when you take into account that the armor is weaker from the rear. Certain units, such as the Crayven Rocket Pterodyne, fire the weapons above other units and can be positioned behind other squads in an offensive maneuver. Note that friendly fire is disabled when playing on the easy difficulty setting. Combined arms. You have many different unit types at your disposal. Learn their strengths and weaknesses to create a powerful strike force. Know that a force consisting entirely of heavy Pterodynes and artillery vehicles are extremely vulnerable to Aerodynes. Similarly, an Aerodyne force requires ground support to fend off enemy anti-air. Artillery vehicles have extremely efficient long-range attacks. However, they are vulnerable to attacks from enemy units. Make sure to have protective units around your artillery vehicles or you will quickly lose them. Artillery vehicles do not automatically attack when they detect enemy units unless you order them into free-fire mode. This can be very dangerous if the enemy moves near your own troops. You as the commander should keep artillery units in hold-fire mode and then give a direct order on what to target. Make sure that you don't have any friendly units near the target point or the effect will be devastating. Scout vehicles have excellent reconnaissance capabilities and will detect enemy units at long range. An artillery strike is much more powerful when using forward observers to pinpoint the enemy's location. Infantry is hard to detect and are capable of climbing steep slopes. Keep them well protected against fast-firing enemies and use command APCs to transport them quickly into battle. Squads and experience. Each squad that survives the mission receives experience depending on its performance in the mission. Experience is accumulated over missions and affects the efficiency of a squad. A veteran squad will have increased accuracy, stealth, perception, and inflict more damage than a fresh squad. Use your squads wisely and make sure to build a balanced and experienced battle group. Note that squads do not gain any experience in the multiplayer game. The following section has been authorized for Crayven military personnel of ranking FC-E/9 or higher only. Crayven Corporation Units. Crayven Command APC CLSV-601 Rhino. Firepower, medium. Health, very high. View range, medium. Perception, low. Armor, medium. Speed, medium. Stealth, none. Tech level, not applicable. Steelus V-601 Command Armored Personnel Carrier is the most important unit on the battlefield. It is the vehicle from where the field commander controls his strike force and allows the commander to transport infantry. Unit 4-man APC is crewed by a driver, gunner, repair manager, and the field commander. The extremely well-protected inside compartment of the command APC contains the Advanced Ground Control Direct Command Interface System, GC-DCIS, designed to assist the commander in controlling their forces. Infantry transport compartment is located in the rear and allows up to 20 Marines to cram in for transport. Command APC is armed with the Welby Sims Core 13-1 50 caliber autocannon capable of dealing with all but the heaviest of titanium layered Pterodyne armors. The APC is armored with heavy B25 titanium shock plates also fitted to the Crayven main battle Pterodyne. Command APC is not, however, an assault Pterodyne. The armor and autocannon are for pure defensive reasons. With all the equipment fitted to the Command APC, it is one of the heaviest Pterodynes operational to date. A heavily improved Xerafim fusion engine powers the APC. A Ocelot 29 repair module is fitted on the Command APC that gives it the very important ability to repair other units. Field Commander is further protected inside the APC in a hard shell pod designed to keep the commander alive should the APC be destroyed. The pod contains enough life-supporting systems to keep the commander alive for several weeks until a rescue operation can be launched. Hopefully that's something we won't ever need to use. Infantry Units. Crayven Rifle Infantry, CCMIB-2 Marine. Firepower very low, health low, view range medium, perception low, armor very low, speed very slow, stealth medium, tech level 1. Infantry have always been and will always remain an important role in any army. The Crayven Marines are highly trained infantry soldiers who fight alongside Pterodynes carrying out special assignments. Infantry can be loaded into the Command APC for protection and transport. Their primary weapon is the Welby Sims Dev 211 Devastator Assault Rifle, which is adequate for enemy infantry but underpowered against armored targets such as Pterodynes or Hoverdynes. Considering devastating firepower deployed on the battlefield, personal armor is essential. Marine combat armor is designed for maximum mobility with optimum protection and is the toughest protection available to infantry short of powered armor. The V39 Battle Suit is composed of a fused amalgam of hardened alloys, ceramic plates, and polysteel battle plastics formed to allow maximum maneuverability. The armor consists of rigid exoskeletal armor covering most of the body with an undersuiting of mesh and resilient webbing to protect exposed locations such as joints, neck, and the groin. The Marine Squad can be equipped with the RMM-9 mortar, lobbing high explosive grenades in a high arc upward towards the target, or the CG-89mm anti-tank rocket launcher. Fires an 89mm rocket capable of defeating most tanks unlucky enough to be in its way. Special weapons: RMM-9 infantry mortar, rifle-mounted mortar capable of indirect fire with limited blast radius, 3 charges. CG-89mm AT rocket, disposable anti-Pterodyne rocket capable of defeating heavy Pterodyne armor, 3 charges. Equipment: personal medkit. Personal medkit capable of extreme healing acceleration, repairing damaged tissues, also includes basic tools for armor field repairs, 3 charges. Deployable radar. Small portable radar station that, once deployed, relays all tactical information to the Command APC, 1 charge. Crayven Special Forces, CCSF-9 Jaeger. Firepower medium, armor none, health low, speed very slow, view range extreme, stealth extreme, perception extreme, tech level 2. The Crayven Corporation Special Forces, also known as the Jaegers, are the masters of stealth and infiltration. Favorite tactic is to deploy a Jaeger unit at high ground where they have an excellent view over the battlefield. Using their Gauss rifles, they are able to deliver a good amount of damage before being detected. Another tactic is to equip the Jaeger squad with demolition charges and have them blow up important enemy structures. Jaeger units are primarily armed with a Cave 516D high-impact Gauss rifle. It is a heavy sniper rifle designed to take out heavily armored soldiers and lightly armored vehicles. A Jaeger sniper rifle is powerful enough to punch through the armor of a light to medium Pterodyne. The Jaeger's combat suit is designed purely for stealth. The Jaeger armor consists of an environmentally secure bodysuit of flexible cloth layered with laminated armor pieces. The armored sections are made of duralloys layered with battle plastics. Even though they are physically trained, they stand no chance in close combat with enemy vehicles or even enemy infantry. Special weapons: gyrojet ammunition. Special heat rounds for taking out enemy vehicles, 3 charges. 140mm raw. 140mm rifle-attached warheads fires an explosive fragmentation grenade designed to take out enemy infantry and light vehicles. 1 charge. Equipment, personal medkit. Personal medkit capable of extreme healing and acceleration, repairing damaged tissues, also includes basic tools for armor field repairs. 3 charges. Demolition kit. Demolition kit that is triggered by the field commander. 3 charges. Vision enhancer. Helmet mounted vision enhancer increases the possible view range with advanced image intensifier equipment. 3 charges. Assault units. Crayven Scout Pterodyne, CLSV-112 FSV Locust. Firepower, low. Armor, low. Health, medium. Speed, good. View range, high. Stealth, good. Perception, high. Tech level 1. The CLSV-112 FSV is mainly used for fast attack or scouting missions. The 2-seated Locust is able to outrun most Pterodynes as it is designed with speed and stealth in mind. With its extremely good view range, it is the eyes and the ears of the Crayven military. Locust's main drawback is its light armor, or so say its drivers. The light polysteel 15 armor is mainly designed to absorb small arms fire and shrapnel. Direct hits from large caliber guns are not deflected in any way. Locust is armed with the Welby Sims HPX-932 cutter, which is the result of intense field research and, according to field commanders, the best machine gun available today. Features an integral cooling system, advanced recoil absorption padding, and the brand new GTI targeting computer. The Scout Pterodyne is, however, not intended to engage enemy Pterodynes. The gun mount has 2 positions, one for engaging ground targets and a second when firing at Aerodynes. The Scout Pterodyne can be equipped with a FinTech mine layer unit, which effectively allows the Scout unit to assume the additional role of a mine layer unit. Special weapons, depleted uranium rounds. Rounds have a penetrator made of depleted uranium that dramatically increases its ability to penetrate armor. 3 charges. HE grenade launcher. Fires high explosive grenades in a ballistic trajectory mainly designed to take out infantry or light vehicles. 3 charges. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems. 3 charges. Mine layer unit. Mine layer unit that allows the Locust to deploy anti-vehicle mines. 3 charges. Crayven Light Pterodyne, CT-917 FST Jackal. Firepower, medium. Health, medium. View range, medium. Perception, low. Armor, medium. Speed, good. Stealth, low. Tech level 1. The CT-917 FST Light Pterodyne mainly used for fast attack or scouting missions. The Jackal's coaxial weapon mount allows it to target both ground and air units. Its Piranha 4-4 slug drive is optimized for maximum maneuverability and speed. Its turret is fitted with a serval contraption allowing for fast rotation and tilting, mounted with a coaxial Welby Sims Core 13-1 50 caliber AC, an autocannon capable of tearing infantry to shreds and, given some time, can pound through heavy Pterodyne armor. The weapon's dual fire system is configured for optimal performance, assuring the crew that a steady stream of hot tungsten rounds will harass the target. Except for being a fast Pterodyne, the Jackal can also be equipped with additional firepower in the form of deployable Marduk GS5 sentry guns. Sentry guns can be placed in strategically important places to assist the defense or serve as early warning systems for the creative field commander. Special weapons, depleted uranium rounds. The rounds have a penetrator made of depleted uranium that dramatically increases its ability to penetrate armor. 3 charges. HE grenade launcher. Fires high explosive grenades in a ballistic trajectory mainly designed to take out infantry or light vehicles. 3 charges. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems. 3 charges. Sentry gun, autocannon. A deployable sentry gun armed with a single autocannon cannot be moved after being placed. 1 charge. Sentry gun, rocket. Deployable sentry gun armed with an anti-tank rocket launcher cannot be moved after being placed. 1 charge. Sentry gun, anti-air. A deployable sentry gun armed with an anti-air missile system cannot be moved after being placed. 1 charge. Crayven Main Battle Pterodyne SFB-209 AAT Wolf. Firepower, great. Health, good. View range, medium. Perception, none. Armor, good. Speed, medium. Stealth, none. Tech level 2. The SFB-209 AAT is the main battle Pterodyne in the Crayven army. Pterodyne excels at offensive maneuvers but requires the support of other vehicles such as anti-air and scout Pterodynes. There have not yet been any official requests for a complete overhaul of the Wolf, even though it is the oldest Pterodyne model in the Crayven repertoire. The main armament of the Wolf is a Reinhardt LAK-4 150mm Storm. 150mm large caliber gun is considered to be a most efficient and accurate weapon system, firing fin-stabilized sabot rounds. The barrel is configurable for multiple settings with extended recoil absorbers and specially designed TAC-2 coils that give the gunner full control of the gun. Serious weakness with the Wolf is its inability to target Aerodynes, which leaves it relying on other support vehicles. Since the Wolf is an armored assault Pterodyne, it is expected to withstand direct enemy incoming fire, and subsequently only the best armor is sufficient. Wolf is normally armored with B25 titanium shock plates, but this armor can be bolstered by attaching additional armor plates. Wolf tank commanders are generally unpleasant to be around, as they consider themselves to be better than any fighting unit. They develop a strange bond with their tanks, and it is common practice for them to repair a Wolf tank as long as its crew is alive, no matter how badly damaged. Special weapons, HE rounds. High explosive rounds set to detonate on impact. It is useful against infantry and other light targets. 3 charges. Advanced HE round. An even more powerful high explosive round set to detonate on impact. 1 charge. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems. 3 charges. Improved targeting computer. Improve the accuracy of the squad. 3 charges. Deployable repair station. Deploys a repair station similar to the one found on the command APC. The station cannot be moved once placed. 1 charge. Crayven Annihilator Pterodyne. DTT-1203 Grizzly. Firepower, good. Health, great. View range, medium. Perception, none. Armor, great. Speed, low. Stealth, none. Tech level 3. Crayven's heaviest tank is the DTT-1203 Annihilator Pterodyne. Pterodyne is a technological marvel with its twin Zephyrim plug drive engine capable of generating enough energy to move this 113-ton titanium alloy Hulk. The 4-crew Grizzly is a recent addition to the Crayven military with only 7 years of active service. The Annihilator Pterodyne is mainly deployed in siege situations where its devastating firepower really is of maximum use. The primary armament of the Annihilator is the double-barreled 120mm MT-LCGX-2. It is a very powerful gun, easily outmatching any conventional large-caliber gun on the market today. The new Welby Sim Shell Loader 2000X is able to feed the gun at maximum speed without any jamming risk whatsoever. The weapon is, however, unsuitable for stealth missions where its muzzle flames easily reveals its position. Special weapons, HE rounds. High explosive rounds set to detonate on impact. It is useful against infantry and other light targets. 3 charges. Advanced HE round. An even more powerful high explosive round set to detonate on impact. 1 charge. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems. 3 charges. Missile countermeasure, when activated, protects the squad against incoming missiles, rockets, and grenades. 3 charges. Support units. Crayven Rocket Pterodyne, DTA-266 AM RLT Firecracker. Firepower, good. Health, medium. View range, medium. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, medium. Stealth, none. Tech level, 1. A well-balanced battle force routinely attaches support Pterodynes to its core units of main battle Pterodynes. The DTA-266 AM-RLT is an excellent support Pterodyne capable of defeating both Pterodynes and Aerodynes. It is not intended to be deployed in the front lines, but rather behind the protection of more armored Pterodynes such as the Wolf or the Grizzly. Firecracker's primary weapon is the Crayven OSI-L2 Hurricane Air Defense Anti-Tank Missile System. It is equipped with the latest Crayven True Sight targeting modification that establishes a direct neural link between gunner and missile. The gunner is able to target and fire with minimum response time and with extreme precision. Once the missile is airborne, it locks onto the target's alpha emissions. Since humans alone do not generate enough quantities of alpha emissions, missiles cannot establish a lockout and are considered harmless against infantry. The light meshed H2 armor fitted to the firecracker does not provide enough protection against enemy anti-tank weapons. In nature, the ADAT missile system allows the firecracker to use other vehicles for protection, as its missiles are launched high into the air before striking down on its target from above. Special weapons, Hammerhead Warhead. Missiles specially designed to take out Aerodynes, 3 charges. Hellfire Warhead. Homing missile warhead designed to take out ground vehicles, 3 charges. Equipment, Repair Module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems, 3 charges. Image Intensifier System. When activated, improves view range for a limited amount of time, 3 charges. Crayven Anti-Air Pterodyne, APF-331 Mag Ocelot. Firepower, great. Health, medium. View range, very good. Perception, medium. Armor, medium. Speed, good. Stealth, none. Tech level 2. The APF-331 MAG, mobile anti-air gun, manufactured by the Crayven Corporation, is a Pterodyne designed to shoot down enemy Aerodynes. The Ocelot depends heavily on computer and radar capabilities in order to target and track enemy Aerodynes, and is therefore very vulnerable to enemy electronic warfare tactics. The Ocelot is a two-man vehicle requiring only a driver and a gunner. Once onboard radar picks up a potential target, it automatically swings the turret and barrel to the correct firing angle, leaving the gunner to press the fire button. The Ocelot is primarily armed with a Hugh 75mm 2XAC air defense cannon. 4 parallel-mounted autocannon sends an extremely deadly hail of rounds at supersonic speed towards the enemy. An Ocelot depends on battle tanks for protection while it accurately removes Aerodynes from the sky since it cannot target ground vehicles. Light polysteel 15 armor is not capable of shielding the vehicle from anything more powerful than infantry fire. It relies on speed and maneuverability to survive the battle. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems, 3 charges. Image intensifier system. When activated, it improves view range for a limited amount of time, 3 charges. Crayven Artillery Pterodyne, APP-671 Cat Hog. Firepower, fantastic. Health, great. View range, low. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, slow. Stealth, none. Tech level 4. The APP-671 Hog is a mobile artillery Pterodyne that fires ballistic artillery grenades. The Hog works best when used together with other units acting as forward observers, such as Jaegers or Scout Pterodynes. Your artillery unit can target the ground in order to suppress enemies or force them to choose another route. Players must be careful when ordering an artillery strike, as friendly units can be hit, which can spell disaster during a combat mission. A crew of 6 soldiers mans the Hog, including the Pterodyne commander, making it the most crew-demanding vehicle in the strike force. Mobile artillery units cause more casualties to the enemy and have a greater adverse effect on its will to fight than any other weapon. Crayven Field Commander Elena Mackenzie. Primary weapon of the Hog class artillery is a 155mm howitzer that, with its fully automatic breech block and hydro-pneumatic recoil system, allows a rate of fire of 3 rounds per second. Holy shit. It is very adept in taking out enemy buildings with its siege-like weapon. A unique cooling system consisting of 5 barrels rotate into place in order to avoid overheating problems during extreme combat situations. The heavy turret is extremely slow, and it requires a few seconds to align its barrel to the designated target. It is hardly useful to fire the howitzer while moving. The volatile warhead stored inside the Hog requires its heavy polysteel 20 armor plane to be extremely durable, but even with the powerful Zephyr slug drive, its speed is limited to a slow crawl. Note that an artillery unit defaults to hold fire mode and will never automatically attack another enemy on its own unless the mode is changed. Direct order from the field commander is required to fire in this mode. Special weapons, tactical nuclear shell. The TAC nuke is reserved for extreme conditions as it totally annihilates everything within its blast radius, 1 charge. Janus warhead, extremely accurate computer-guided artillery shells, 3 charges. Equipment, repair module. Repair module that allows simple repairs to armor plates and also includes several auxiliary backup systems, 3 charges. Image intensifier system. When activated, it improves view range for a limited amount of time, 3 charges. Aerodyne Units. Crayven Light Scout Aerodyne, AV/U-122 LSA Hawk. Firepower, low. Health, medium. View range, extreme. Perception, good. Armor, low. Speed, extreme. Stealth, good. Tech level, 1. The Crayven Corporation often uses the AV/U-122 LSA for deep scout missions as well as low-threat patrols. Hawk is equipped with advanced sensors, both passive and active, and routinely relays its information to the nearest battlesat in orbit, which in addition to its high-flying altitude makes it the best scout unit in the Crayven military. The Hawk is lightly armed and lightly armored and is generally not suited for heavy combat. Its high stealth enables it to sneak up on its enemies and deliver a hit-and-run blow, but more importantly, identify targets for the artillery Pterodyne or other long-range weapons. Hawk is armed with a belly-mounted Welby Sims 20mm chain gun pod capable of penetrating light Pterodyne armor. The Hawk is highly successful engaging infantry or bomber Aerodynes, but is no match against attack or fighter Aerodynes. The Hawk is only armored with Vontech 451-3 stealth plates, relying on its low target profile and evasive combat maneuvers to avoid incoming fire. Special weapons, depleted uranium rounds. The rounds have a penetrator made of depleted uranium that dramatically increases its ability to penetrate armor. 3 charges. HE Grenade Launcher. Fires high explosive grenades in a ballistic trajectory mainly designed to take out infantry or light vehicles. 3 charges. Equipment. Vidge Intensifier. Increases the squad's view range when activated. 3 charges. Countermeasure System. Protects the squad against incoming missiles and rockets when activated. 3 charges. Afterburner. Boosts the squad's flying speed when activated. 3 charges. Crayven Attack Aerodyne. EAV/U-309 HAA Vulture. Firepower good. Health medium. View range medium. Perception none. Armor low. Speed great. Stealth none. Tech level 5. The Crayven AV/U-309 HAA or Vulture is one of the most effective Pterodyne busting units available in the Crayven arsenal. It is primarily designed as a Pterodyne breaker, capable of quickly approaching the enemy and blowing them to pieces. A favorite tactic amongst Vulture commanders is to circle the enemy attack from behind where he least expects it and where the armor is weaker. The Vulture is armed with the W-T SR-2 Mosquito, which is a good 84mm Aerodyne mounted rocket launcher considering its weight and targeting system. Its primary drawback is its relatively short range. Upon detonation, the Mosquito rocket showers superheated fragments over a wide area, making it critical for field commanders to make sure there are no friendly forces are close to the target. Vulture's rocket launcher can also target other Aerodynes, but with limited success as the rocket's guiding system is designed for slower ground units. Vulture can quickly reach the designated location on the battlefield and use its firepower wherever needed, making it great for surprise support activities. Vulture is, like all Aerodynes, extremely vulnerable to enemy anti-air and enemy fighter Aerodynes. Special weapon, ICM-TP Seisei rocket. The improved conventional munitions dual-purpose rocket contains shape charge grenades, which have an improved effectiveness against armored targets. 2 charges. HE Firefly rocket. The high-explosive Firefly rocket is designed to take out enemy infantry. 3 charges. Equipment Image Intensifier. Increases the squad's view range when activated. 3 charges. Countermeasure System protects the squad against incoming missiles and rockets when activated. 3 charges. Afterburner boosts the squad's flying speed when activated. 3 charges. Raven Fighter Aerodyne AV/F1001 FA Delta. Firepower great. Health medium. View range medium. Perception low. Armor medium. Speed great. Stealth low. Tech level 5. The Crayven Corporation manufactured AV/F-1001 FA Delta is the latest advanced fighter Aerodyne in the AV/F Fowler series. The Delta, powered by 2 SecAmp fusion engines complemented with standard Lavnock hover drives, is able to pull off amazing maneuvers at low altitude. The one-man fighter is equipped with an extremely advanced computer system aiding the pilot, feeding him with topology data and vector planes. The system is intimately hooked into the pilot's combat suit and regulates all pressure and stimulants the pilot needs. Delta can fly into low orbit if necessary, but is more often transported in AV/U4s as its combat capabilities are severely lowered without its maneuver advantage. The Crayven Fighter Aerodyne is primarily loaded with N69-PDU Glory missiles capable of destroying enemy Aerodynes in a heartbeat. Glory missiles are air-to-air only. Special weapons, improved aim missile. Dramatically more powerful air-to-air missile warhead, 3 charges. Excuse me. Equipment Image Intensifier Countermeasure System increases the squad's view range when activated. 3 charges. Countermeasure System protects the squad against incoming missiles and rockets when activated. 3 charges. Afterburner boosts the squad's flying speed when activated. 3 charges. Crayven Bomber Aerodyne AV/U-45 SRBA Condor. Firepower extreme. Health good. View range medium. Perception none. Armor low. Speed good. Stealth none. Tech level 5. The site of the Crayven Corporation manufactured AV/U-45 SRBA short-range bomber Aerodyne Condor strikes fear into the enemy as it is loaded with pure destruction in the shape of bombs and guided missiles. The Condor is a short-range bomber Aerodyne able to surgically bomb enemies of the Crayven Corporation. It can be loaded with up to 8,000 kilos worth of bombs without sacrificing its flight qualities. Typically, the Condor is deployed in combat regions together with an escort, relying on the escort for both protection and reconnaissance. Since the Condor lacks the speed and maneuverability of the Delta, it is highly vulnerable to both enemy Aerodynes and anti-air guns. Compared to other Aerodynes, the Condor moves like a snail but packs the firepower of a small-sized army. The Condor is armed with high explosive bombs, which are dropped over the enemy. Fast-moving units such as light Pterodynes are hard to hit, but buildings and other immobile structures are no match for Condor. Special weapons, Tactical Nuclear Bomb. TacNuke is an extremely powerful weapon and is only used when absolutely no other alternatives remains, as it wipes out everything within its radius. 1 charge. Fragmentation Bomb. Fragmentation Bomb sends white-hot metal over an extremely large radius. It is not capable of destroying vehicles, but certainly severely damaging them. 1 charge. Equipment, Image Intensifier. Increases the squad's view range when activated. 3 charges. Countermeasure System. Protects the squad against incoming missiles and rockets when activated. 3 charges. Afterburner. Boosts the squad's flying speed when activated. 3 charges. And now we get to the Order of the New Dawn units. Order Command APC-05/DC APC. Firepower, medium. Health, very high. View range, medium. Perception, low. Armor, medium. Speed, good. Stealth, low. Tech level, NA. The 05/DC APC Command APC is the Order Battlefield Nerve Center. In addition to being able to transport Crusaders and Templars, it houses the Order Deacon, the equivalent of the Crayven Field Commander. Command APC can carry up to 20 fully armed and armored Crusaders without sacrificing its excellent combat maneuverability. It is equipped with fully hydraulic rear doors to ensure that the infantry can enter and exit the vehicle no matter the circumstances. The turret located on top of the vehicle mounts a slightly modified 200 kilo Electro Discharge cam that has a very useful armor penetrating capability. The weapon is also capable of limited air defense, even though it is not its primary purpose. The Order Command APC is extremely robust and can operate under extreme conditions that would wreck many other Hoverdynes. A modified version of the Crayven Select 29 repair system is mounted on the Command APC that enables it to swiftly repair units. Infantry Units. Order Shock Infantry. OCRU-1001 Crusaders. Firepower very low. Health low. View range medium. Perception low. Armor very low. Speed very slow. Stealth medium. Tech level 1. Crusaders are the shock infantry of the Pax Day, the military division of the Order of the New Dawn. Many soldiers view the Crusaders with extreme respect, and it is considered to be very prestigious to be a Crusader in the Pax Day. Crusaders' primary armament is the Cobra AAG-50 Soul Cleanser Storm Carbine. In order to operate the gun properly, a heavy combat suit with an enhanced exoskeleton is needed, such as the Crusader armor. It is powerful enough to seriously damage light vehicles, but against heavier targets, the Crusaders need to approach from the rear where the armor is weaker. The powered exoskeleton worn by the Crusaders allows them to go head-to-head against enemy Pterodynes, even though a frontal assault would be futile. Order field commanders regularly inject different combat drugs into the Crusaders in order to improve their aggressiveness factor. As a result, many Crusaders are burned out at an early age. The Crusader combat armor is designed for maximum mobility with optimal protection, and is the toughest protection available to infantry short of powered armor. Crusaders are classified as infantry and can be loaded into a Command APC for transport. Special weapons. Focus Storm Pulse. Energy draining weapon configuration to take out armored vehicles. 3 charges. Smog 12 Flamethrower. Smog 12 is an accessory mounted on the standard Crusader pulse rifle as extremely effective against enemy infantry. Its main drawback is its short range, 3 charges. Equipment. Personal Medkit. Personal Medkit with drugs for extreme healing, acceleration, and repairing damaged tissues. Also includes basic tools for armored field repairs, 3 charges. Deployable radar. Small portable radar section that once deployed relays all tactical information to the Command APC, 1 charge. Order AT Infantry, ATI-720 Templar. Firepower great. Health very low. View range medium. Perception low. Armor none. Speed very slow. Stealth medium. Tech level 2. The Order Templars are anti-Pterodyne infantry armed with the Retribution shoulder-mounted anti-armor missile system capable of demolishing most Pterodynes in a matter of seconds. Only combat-proven female members of the Pax Day are allowed to join the Templar division because of dogmatic reasons. Primary weapon of a Templar is the GRU-6 Retribution Shoulder Anti-Armor Missile System. The weapon system is considered to be the most powerful infantry weapon available today, and it is rumored that the Crayven Corporation are currently researching and developing their own version. Retribution missiles are capable of defeating the most powerful Pterodyne armor with ease and spreading death and chaos on the battlefield. Crayven Field Commander is urged not to underestimate the small frame of the Templars, as they are certainly one of the Order's most deadliest units. Templars are regularly loaded into Command APCs for quick transport and added protection. Internal Memorandum. Major Thomas, Crayven Field Commander in the 13th Assault Regiment, mentioned in Battle Report 450/DT-2419, an entire strike force consisting of 3 Wolf squads bumped into a single Templar squad on a routine mission on Sigma Draconis 4. Only 2 Wolf Pterodynes managed to survive the encounter. They executed, according to Major Thomas, an unsanctioned fallback and were charged with showing cowardice in the face of the enemy. However, the Templar does have a severe weakness. They are completely defenseless against enemy infantry, as the soldier does not generate a strong enough tracking signal for the powerful retribution missiles. Templars are seldom encountered alone on the battlefield without a Crusader squad attached or other means of protection. Special weapons: Micro-Nuke Warhead. Retribution missile with a micro-nuke-shaped charged warhead designed to crack open heavy armored vehicles, 3 charges. Anti-air warheads. Multiple homing anti-air retribution loaded missiles, 3 charges. Equipment: Personal Medkit. Personal Medkit with drugs for extreme healing, acceleration, and repairing damaged tissues. Also includes field repairs for armor, 3 charges. Image Intensifier improves V range when activated, 3 charges. Personal Cloaker. Cloak Squad when activated, 3 charges. Assault Units. Order Scout Hoverdyne. W/SAH-4 Apis. Firepower, low. Health, medium. V range, good. Perception, good. Armor, low. Speed, great. Stealth, good. Tech level, 1. The one-man W/SAH-4 hoverbike is mainly used for scouting purposes, even though its turret-mounted pulse laser can engage both enemy infantry and Pterodynes. When used in combat encounters, it is usually deployed for hit-and-run strikes, relying on its speed and maneuverability to remain unscathed. The pilot's modified Crusader armor is wired into the powerful sensors fitted to the hoverbike, blessing him with an extremely detailed image of the surrounding terrain and elements. The hoverbike is armored with light polysteel 15 and is not suitable for frontal assault against enemy assault Pterodynes. The Apis is powered with a Mark IV Durfire advanced grav engine with 4 titanium-plated outlets, with the back turbines providing momentum and the 2 front outlets controlling the direction. Advanced targeting and visual enhancing equipment is standard on the Apis, strengthening its scout role. The hoverbike's primary weapon, the Sorcod 8BX-10 Berserk, is a light pulse laser mounted on a small turret located behind the pilot with full 360-degree movement. Its targeting system is somewhat limited in targeting fast-moving Aerodynes. A Ramtech mine layer unit can be fitted to the rear chassis at the field commander's discretion, giving it a secondary defensive role. Special weapons: Electro Dagger. The Electro Dagger sends forth an extremely concentrated electro discharge that is designed to penetrate heavy armor, 3 charges. Electro Field. Electro Field is an area effect variant of the Electro Dagger designed to wipe out concentrations of enemy infantry, 3 charges. Equipment: Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs to armor plates and vital systems, 3 charges. Mine Layer Unit deploys anti-tank mines, 3 charges. Order Light Hoverdyne 01/SAC-34 LAT Sculptor. Firepower medium, health medium, V range medium, perception low. Armor medium, speed good, stealth low, tech level 1. The 01/SAC-34 LAH is a highly advanced hoverdyne used for reconnaissance patrols, fast attack, and deep scout missions. The fitted Rover 8005 battle engines makes it fast and maneuverable. Primary weapon mounted on the sculptor is the order-developed 20K MHz Electro Discharge Cannon Lightning Strike. It is still considered by the tech priests in the Pack State to be highly experimental, and ongoing modifications and tweaking are made on a monthly basis. Even so, it has been authorized to be used on the battlefield. The rapid-firing Electro Discharge Cannon is capable of defeating light titanium alloys with ease. The turret is equipped with both ground targeting sensors and a huge G4 Aerodyne tracking unit. Order forces regularly use the Sculptor for fast flanking maneuvers, letting heavier hoverdynes soak up the main enemy fire. The Electro Cannon can be extremely devastating when engaging enemy infantry, as its rapid firing system is better suited for small targets compared to the particle beam accelerators fitted on heavier order hoverdynes. Sculptor is lightly armored with a layer of titanium-fused heavy poly steel 15 and can definitely hold its own unless quartered by anti-tank defeating weapons. Special weapons: Electro Dagger. The Electro Dagger sends forth an extremely concentrated electro discharge that is designed to penetrate heavy armor, 3 charges. Electro Field. Electro Field is an area effect variant of the Electro Dagger designed to wipe out concentrations of enemy infantry, 3 charges. Equipment: Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs, armor plates, and vital systems, 3 charges. Deployable Defender The defender shoots down incoming missiles, rockets, and grenades when deployed. Once deployed, it cannot be moved one charge. Well, that sounds interesting. Deployable cloaking unit. Cloaks the entire area when deployed. It cannot be moved once deployed one charge. Order main battle Hoverdyne 01/MAT-3 links. Firepower great. Health medium. View range medium. Perception none. Armor good. Speed good. Stealth none. Tech level 2. 01/MAT-3 is the order main battle Hoverdyne. Medium-sized Hoverdyne with a turret-mounted particle beam accelerator. Lynx has good speed and maneuverability rating compared to the Crayven equivalent, making it ideal for an ideal offensive Hoverdyne for most combat situations. Lynx turret mounts the Togata PDX-9 Messenger, which is the latest version of the first energy-based vehicle weapon ever produced. Weapon's internal fusion reactor heats particles into plasma, which is accelerated out of the specially designed barrel against the target. Togata PDX-9 is incredibly expensive and requires enormous resources for upkeep compared to conventional large-caliber guns. In order to preserve the secrecy of the plasma accelerators, the Order have installed a remote-controlled self-destruct device that overheats the fusion reactor, resulting in a massive and lethal plasma burst. The turret does not have an adequate targeting computer for Aerodyne tracking, making it defenseless against enemy Aerodynes. With its electro-treated heavy polysteel 20 shock plates, mainly concentrated to the fronts and sides, are however capable of withstanding a great deal of punishment before collapsing. Special weapons, Plasma Sunburst. Plasma Sunburst explodes on impact, sending molten plasma over a wide area, lethal to infantry. 3 charges. Plasma Moonburst. Plasma Moonburst is a single-charge anti-infantry weapon, 1 charge. Equipment Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs to armor plates and vital systems, 3 charges. Protector Shield. When activated, protects the squad against all weapons, 3 charges. Speed Booster improves movement speed when activated, 3 charges. Order Heavy Hoverdyne 01/WL8 Bullens. Firepower good. Health great. View range medium. Perception none. Armor great. Speed medium. Stealth none. Tech level 3. The massive 01/WL8 Bullens is the Order of the New Dawn's largest Hoverdyne capable of unsurpassed destruction. The Volans is sometimes called God's Might in inspiring Order speeches. Hoverdyne is often employed by the Order as stationary guns, additionally protected by sandbags or other protection. Some critics claim that the Volans is too slow on the battlefield and that it would be more suitable to call it a mobile cannon instead of a Hoverdyne. It is an incredible honor to command and crew Volans, and the privilege is only given to those soldiers with an impeccable religious background. Volan crews are selected from the children of the priesthood at an early age and are both mentally and physically trained during their entire adolescence. The fearsome Volans is not only huge on the battlefield, its turret supports a twin-mounted Togata PDX-9 particle beam accelerator. It was praised during the Atherstone acquisition for its supreme firepower and accuracy, but the skilled PAX-die technicians have not yet been able to improve its relatively slow fire rate. Fusion generator is not able to re-energize the particle accelerator any faster without endangering the crew. The Volan's armor consists of a thick titanium 4-layer, reinforced with electro-treated tri-steel bars. Heavy armor is responsible for its low acceleration, but according to most PAX-day officers, it is still a good trade-off. Internal Memorandum. Field Commander Mackenzie filed in her battle report 23/JM-2419 that during the initial landing engagements, he's successfully destroyed 2 Volans units with a single Marine squad. Marine squad equipped with CG-89mm AT rockets managed to slip behind the Hoverdynes. It should be noted, however, that the Marine squad was killed right after their victory by a sunburst from one of the surviving Hoverdynes. The deceased soldiers were post-mortem awarded the Crayven Medal of Valor. An interesting side note is that the number of heavy Hoverdyne units so far detected on Craig 7B far exceeds the number stationed at any other Order conflict zone. Special weapons, Plasma Sunburst. Plasma Sunburst explodes on impact, sending molten plasma over a wide area, lethal to infantry, 3 charges. Plasma Moonburst. Plasma Moonburst is a single-charge anti-infantry weapon, 1 charge. Equipment Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs to armor plates and vital systems, 3 charges. Protector Shield, when activated, protects the squad against all weapons, 3 charges. Speed Booster improves movement speed when activated, 3 charges. Support Units. Order Beam Platform 012/BTMV Mark II Lacerta. Excuse me. Firepower fantastic. Health medium. View range, good. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, good. Stealth, none. Tech level, 1. The Order of the New Dawn has adopted Behemoth's BTMV Mark II into their ever-growing military arsenal. The Lacerda is essentially a grav-fitted 3-crewed platform sporting a heavy beam weapon. It is primarily a long-range support weapon for taking out enemy defensive structures. The sole armament of the Lacerda is the X9K Purifier weapon system mounted on top of the Hoverdyne chassis. The sheer amount of concentrated energy generated by the Purifier beam is powerful enough to blast through any known armor alloy available to ground vehicles today. The highly advanced Purifier weapon system is linked to an improved version of the SECCOM FFI targeting scanner, feeding the targeting gear with extremely detailed and accurate information of target's movement, trajectory, and environmental effects. Internal memorandum: several field commanders have reported that they've seen the Purifier beam bounce from several targets, effectively hitting more than one target. Crayven intelligence has not been able to confirm these sightings, and no beam platform has been captured with its weapon system intact. If these sightings are more than visual glitches, it could prove useful to approach beam platforms in scattered formations. Beam platform is armored with relatively light armor, amalgam-fused layers of polysteel 15, and can be destroyed with infantry carrier weapons. Special weapons: SCU Frequency Prism. Increases the frequency of the Purifier beam for a better rate of fire, 3 charges. SCU Focus Prism. Focuses the Purifier beam, making it amazingly powerful, 3 charges. Equipment: Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs, armor plates, and vital systems, 3 charges. Projector Shield. When activated, protects the squad against all weapons, 3 charges. Image Intensifier. Improves view range when activated, 3 charges. Order Anti-Air Hoverdyne. 01/AAPBT-600-Pavo. Firepower, good. Health, medium. View range, good. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, good. Stealth, none. Tech level, 2. The 01/AAPBT-600 is another example of the latest Order weapon technology that's barely been through a thorough field test. The Paxi have recently begun to replace their older anti-air missile system with the new 1/X9 Strike Lightning generator. Pavo uses the same Hoverdyne battle-proven 03 chassis with the top module replaced. Pavo has one single purpose, and that is to destroy enemy Aerodynes. It accomplishes this with an annoying accuracy. Its Aerodyne defeating weapon is a fixed-mounted, high-frequency lightning generator which literally slices incoming Aerodynes. Lightning bolts generated by the weapon system seemingly homes in on the target Aerodyne. However, the lightning generator requires enormous amounts of energy to operate and has been fitted with a powerful Zephyrum engine. Lightning generator system is, according to Crayven intelligence, not yet completely stable and requires an intricate cooling system which, as of this date, does not work well in hot and dry regions. The internal cooling system is its main weakness and prohibits it from being fitted with heavy shock blades. The current design is armored with amalgam-fused layers of polysteel 15. Due to its grav engine, the Pavo is much faster and maneuverable than most Crayven Pterodynes. Equipment: Repair Module. Tools and software for minor field repairs, armor plates, and vital systems, 3 charges. Image Intensifier improves view range when activated, 3 charges. Order Artillery Hoverdyne 04/DN9-FOOAH Sabina. Firepower, fantastic. Health, great. View range, low. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, medium. Stealth, none. Tech level, 4. 04/DN9-FOOAH or Sagata is a mobile artillery hoverdyne armed with a ballistic proton particle launcher. The Sagita is relatively slow compared to other Order hoverdynes, yet it still moves faster than most Crayven Pterodynes. The artillery hoverdyne is really fearsome when used in conjunction with stealthy forward observers. Single gunner operates the weapon system launcher, and it actually requires surprisingly little maintenance compared to other Order energy weapons, though greater care must be taken with its ordnance. Primary weapon, a BPPL-12 Defiance ejector, lobs overpacked and unstable proton particle clusters in a high ballistic arc towards the target. Upon impact, the Schrodinger repulsor field generators are disabled, creating an enormous energy discharge resembling a miniature nuclear detonation. While the heat energy of such an explosion is deadly in its own right, subparticle emissions of the blast cause electrons of atmospheric molecules in the surrounding atmosphere to be literally stripped off. This causes a powerful ionization field and wreaks havoc with all surrounding electronic equipment. The dissipation of this ionization field, however, presents the most significant problem leading to recombination-independent photogeneration, which emits enough energetic photons to literally reduce armor to molten slate. Infantry does not survive ground zero blast. The artillery Hoverdyne is fitted with an internal fusion reactor that provides the launcher with the needed energy to maintain the Schrodinger repulsor fields on all ordnances. The Sagita requires tight protection from other Hoverdynes, even though its polysteel 20 shock plates keep the chassis intact for prolonged firefights. Special weapons, Tank Buster Discharge, improved armor defeating capabilities, 1 charge. Long range discharge, a setting allowing the launcher to level the cluster to extreme long range is 3 charges. Equipment, repair module, tools and software for minor field repairs to armor plates and vital systems, 3 charges. Order drone carrier, O11/BEHCCA Orion. Firepower medium, health great, view range good, perception fantastic. Armor medium, speed medium, stealth none, tech level 3. The 03/BEHCCA drone carrier is an order support Hoverdyne designed to stay in the background of combat encounters. Single Rover 2000 grav engine with 4 side-mounted articulating energy outlets powers the 6-screwed Hoverdyne. Inside the heavily armored belly of the carrier is a large container module where heavy payloads of GHE Spider drones are stored. An advanced targeting system identifies enemy ground vehicles and calculates the target's movement vector and signature. Data is then transferred to a computer inside each of the GHE Spider drones. Drones are launched out of the carrier, and as soon as they touch the ground, they home in on their target signature. The 8-legged Spider drone is highly maneuverable, and their combat speed tops most Pterodynes. The advanced computer on board the drone makes all necessary movement corrections required to successfully strike the target. When the drone comes within a pre-programmed detonation range, optimal range being 5 meters, the drone explodes, sending shrapnel towards the target. Guarantee the destruction of the target, a batch of drones are usually sent out at once. Special weapons, advanced Spider drone. Spider drones with an advanced guidance system and increased explosive payload, 3 charges. Equipment, repair module. Tools and software for minor field repairs to armor plates and vital systems, 3 charges. Protector shield, when activated, protects the squad against all weapons, 3 charges. Image intensifier improves view range when activated, 3 charges. Aerodyne Units. Order Recon Aerodyne OA1/FAS-T112 or T12 Lyra. Firepower low, health medium. View range great, perception good, armor low, speed fantastic, stealth good, tech level 1. The OA1/FAS-T12 Lyra is a fast, high-altitude scout aerodyne suitable for reconnaissance, patrols, and target identifying missions. Lyra is unrivaled in speed and maneuverability and easily outruns any Crayven aerodynes. Main strength is its incredible long-range sensors that bestow an order field commander great insight to the battlefield. Lyra is not intended to actively participate in combat with its thin armor and relatively weak weapon system. Its main armament is a fixed belly-mounted V-Vert JSM-6 scatter laser. Scatter laser main strength is its extreme high rate of fire, and its main weakness is its low firepower. Lyra is one-man craft, and the scatter laser is equipped with an improved auto-targeting computer, allowing the pilot to concentrate on flying. Special weapons, Electro Dagger. The Electro Dagger sends forth an extremely concentrated electro discharge that is designed to penetrate heavy armor, 3 charges. Electro Field. Electro Field is an area effect variant of the Electro Dagger designed to wipe out concentrations of enemy infantry, 3 charges. Equipment, Protector Shield. Protects the Aerodyne against all incoming enemy fire when activated, 3 charges. Perception increases the probability of detecting stealthy or cloaked units, 3 charges. Image Intensifier improves view range when activated, 3 charges. Order Attack Aerodyne. Excuse me. OA2/HAA-309 Phoenix. Firepower, good. Health, medium. View range, medium. Perception, none. Armor, medium. Speed, great. Stealth, none. Tech level 5. The Phoenix, or OA2/HAA-309, is one of the most feared Order Aerodynes, as its Pterodyne breaking ability is legendary, or as the packs day uncannily express it, divine. The Phoenix relies on its high speed and stealthy maneuvers to get within range of the enemy, and then launches a deadly barrage of torpedoes. The Aerodyne's single engine outlet and its active Von-Tech Mark III electronic countermeasures give the enemy a hard time hitting it. Its Aerodyne polysteel 15 layered armor gives it little or no protection weapons do. Phoenix is primarily loaded with Hugh SZX-3000 Jaeger Scream torpedoes. The Scream torpedo warheads contain a shaped charge director in the nose to provide the warhead with an enhanced armor-penetrating capability. Secondary warhead explodes milliseconds later inside the armored layers of the target. Weapon system 10, with limited success, also target other Aerodyne targets. However, it is no match versus a true Aerodyne fighter such as the Crayven Delta. Special weapons: Fragmentation Torpedo. Fragmentation Torpedo is specifically designed to take out enemy infantry and light vehicles. 3 charges. Solar Torpedo. Solar Torpedo's main function is to totally annihilate enemy structures. It is not very useful versus Pterodyne due to the torpedo's extremely slow velocity. 2 charges. Equipment: Protector Shield. Protects the Aerodyne against all incoming enemy fire when activated. 3 charges. Image Intensifier improves view range when activated. 3 charges. Order Fighter Aerodyne OA3/NA-9000 Draco. Firepower: great. Health: medium. View range: medium. Perception: low. Armor: medium. Speed: great. Stealth: low. Tech level: 5. The order's answer to the Delta fighter is the OA3/AN-9000 Draco, and it is considered to be a worthy opponent. As a fighter craft, its main objective is to eliminate enemy fighter Aerodynes and attack Aerodynes. The Draco's weapon system cannot engage ground targets and must rely on other units to take out enemy anti-air capable units. Draco is crewed by a pilot and a gunner, both in direct contact with the field commander's APC. The Draco is primarily armed with air-to-air Del-Hue RV-4 plasma missiles. When the missiles are launched, the mechanism in the warhead generates a powerful energy field, filling a particle confinement with plasma that is released upon detonation. It takes a second or two for the missile to generate the plasma, making the weapon system not entirely efficient for extreme close aerial combat. The gunner can, however, arm the missiles before they are launched, but due to the hazards of having armed plasma missiles in the launch tubes, this highly unusual form of attack is only used by truly suicidal pilots. Most weapons easily penetrate the Draco's light polysteel 15 armor, which is also considered to be the Draco's main weakness. Special weapons: improved plasma missile. It improved the more powerful air-to-air plasma missile. 3 charges. Equipment: Protector Shield. Protects the Aerodyne against all incoming enemy fire when activated. 3 charges. Image Intensifier improves view range when activated. 3 charges. And that seems to be all from the manual. So that gives us a pretty good setup on the background of the factions in the game. Specifically, we're going to be playing as Major Parker as part of the Crayven Corporation against the Order of the New Dawn. And we know that we're fighting on Craig. Was it Craig 7B, Craig 9B, something like that? We don't know why we're fighting, but we're fighting. And we got a unique look at the tactical abilities of both sides. Interestingly enough, Order of New Dawn doesn't have a bomber Aerodyne, but then they do have that unique drone Hoverdyne, which what do we have as support? We had artillery, anti-air. Yeah, so they lose the bomber Aerodyne but gain that drone Hoverdyne, which is pretty interesting. And honestly, I had my exposure to this game has been pretty limited. As a child, I played the demo a lot. I got really good at like first mission. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this plays out, because they certainly put a lot of effort into building up the background of the world and of these factions. So I'm looking to see how that all pays off. But until then, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.